I've been reading Think and Grow Rich for the past 2 days, I think. Started that new book, and it's very good. It just talks about your mindset, really. Like, you want to become successful, right? You gotta have a rich mindset. You can't have a broke mindset. By broke mindset, I mean poor. By poor, I mean having mindset where thinking like, I can't do this. I don't have the resources. Oh, they had luck. They got lucky. All this bullshit. Get it out of your head. Put it in a bin. Never look at it once. And he also, the author of the book himself, Napoleon Hill, he ripped out. So it's an anecdote that he provided his own like story, right? Personal experience. He bought a dictionary, and then he went to the page where the word impossible was, right? The definition. He ripped that page out of the dictionary and threw it in the bin. Because in his mind, he wants to be thinking about, okay, what should I do to do this? What resources I have? I'm going to do it. Like, if I want this, I'm going to do it. Nobody's going to stop me. It doesn't matter the financial situation that I am sitting in right now. It doesn't matter where I am. I'm going to do it no matter what, and nobody's going to stop me. Everybody can say no. Everybody can say I'm delusional. Everybody can say that you're not thinking straight. You're not being realistic. All this bollocks. It's all nonsense. The reason people say those things is because of their own fears. They fear that. They're insecure about themselves. They haven't done it. You're basically living their life, They don't want you to go and capture it because they feel insecure about themselves because they gave up. They gave up on the dreams, on the aspirations, goals, all of that. They gave it up. So for you to go out there and say, I'm going to do it no matter what, they're going to get insecure and scared and be like, okay, he's really doing this and I was in that spot and I failed, and how the fuck did he do it? That kind of thing. In order to attain wealth, become rich, extremely wealthy, you gotta have a conscious success mind, right? Not a conscious failure mind. So basically, we already know that our subconscious mind is what's controlling us, because throughout our lives, from the day we were born to the present moment, we've been through repetitive and rigorous training or programming, right? Like, we've been exposed to certain things and set limited beliefs on ourselves and believe them, which is the barrier to our success. We have put limiting beliefs on ourselves, saying that, oh, I can't achieve this because I'm not good enough. Well, who says you're not good enough? You yourself, you accepted that you're not good enough without actually even going and trying and see what works. Do you even like it at first? Like, you haven't even done it and you're telling yourself that you're not good enough. So that's why this limiting belief, the subconscious mind, the paradigm fucking mind is what's controlling you. It's what you've been believing, what your environment has been ever since you were a kid. That's what's keeping you back. And so he says, don't have a conscious failure mind, right? So basically that's any situation or circumstance that you come around with, you tell yourself, you're basically cynical about it, right? You're skeptical, you doubt it, you no, or you're pessimistic, you're living in despair, you have no hope on whatsoever, no faith or whatsoever, and that I'm actually going to be successful because there is no way in hell. Like, there's billions of people on the planet, and only 1% of the majority are successful, and they probably got lucky. And for me to think that I'm going to become successful and extremely rich, I'm going to sound extremely insane and unrealistic. The only thing that's unrealistic is you thinking that becoming successful is unrealistic and you don't deserve it. You're not worthy of it or somehow. You know how we say hard work rewards rewards us, right? So if you really work ass off on the one thing that you truly care about in this life, can be working on your body, working on your health every single day, you're going to reach it. Even action is the mother of success. I don't care what you say. You can think for a year or you can work without thinking, knowing what the fuck is going on or what you're doing. You're going to be way, way ahead in that year if you took action, then just sat there and then thought about every single possibility. Living in fantasy mode, basically. It's fairy tale, giving your own self dopamine, like, oh, this is so good if I can perfect this, like this, like this. Man, you live in a world. You live with other humans. What do humans represent? Humans have flaws. Humans have errors. They're just mysterious, just weird. We humans are weird. Like, you can't just perfect every single thing because someone else, a stranger, probably come without even them knowing, like probably somehow mess it up for you. Like, come on, man. You gotta put in the work. No matter what, look, you won't see it. You will never see it. You won't know. Like, you will have days and days, months and years of doubt, uncertainty, and not knowing what to do with your life. What you're doing, is it going to work out? Is it not? You just gotta get through that stage and tell yourself, why did I start in the beginning? Okay, I started because I wanted this, and I told myself, I promised myself that I'm going to acquire whatever goal I wanted in the beginning, no matter what, and I'm going to die for it. Now, that's something, right? Something magical. There's this story that Napoleon Hill talked about in his book. In his first chapter or second chapter, I think it was, where it was back in these ancient times. I know it was like this strong ruler or whatever, but I don't really know his name, like a warrior, right? So basically, there's two countries, they're fighting each other, right? So their opposition, their opponent, right, their enemy, their army was much, much bigger and larger than theirs, right? They had a very small army and they had more. So they basically had the advantage. Their enemy had the advantage. So what he came up with, okay, if they came to our country and then attacked us, we're fucking dead. We're gonna lose. We're gonna die, and that's the end, right? So he said, why not bring the fight over to their country? And that's what he exactly did. With his small army, he gathered them around, got on the boat, got on the ships, sailed to their enemy's country. Once they got to the shore, once they landed, they got off the ship and landed on the country, right? Then he instructed one of his own soldiers to light an arrow with fire, right? And then shoot it at their own ships. So that's what the soldiers did. They burned all their ships that they sailed with from their own country to their enemies. And now the soldiers thinking in their head, like, what the fuck was that for? Now we can't even retreat. And that's the whole point. The whole point is burning those ships. He knew that he was overpowered and the enemy had the advantage. He knew that he had a lesser army than his enemy. So he wanted to show his own soldiers that, look, I've burned the ships now. What are you going to do? You're going to stop fighting and die? Or are you going to fight and win? Those are your two options. Now, obviously, the soldiers wanted to survive. They didn't want to die. So basically what happened? They went, fought, took over, and won. And keep in mind, they had a smaller army than their enemy. Now, what made them win when they had a disadvantage, such as having a smaller army and actually going and fighting at their own enemy's country? Like, that's two disadvantages. Like, what made them win? In like, what world are we living in right now? So the reason they won is because the ruler, the warrior, he burned the ships. And in their own mind, the soldiers were telling themselves, shit, there is no plan B. There is no retreating now. We must win. We must fight. We must win. So that created a sense of enthusiasm, burning desire inside of them for them to stay alive and survive and win the fight. Like all of the soldiers, that's what happened. By burning those ships, it created a burning desire in the soldiers' mind to go and acquire what they were there for. And that's what you gotta do. If you want to acquire something, attain something, a goal or an objective, you gotta do the same. You gotta burn the ships. You gotta have no plan B. Because if you have a plan B, you're going to be retreating to it tomorrow or today. Because the work you're doing currently, it's too hard. I can't be effed. I don't want to do this. I don't want to continue doing this boring stuff. I'm done with it. I have this plan. I can just go with that. It's much, much easier. That's the thing with choosing easy. Choosing easy at the start, it's fine. But sooner or later, you're going to grow old and you're going to regret not reaching your full potential because you chose the easy option. If you had chose the hard option, did the work, and became rich through that, you would have lived and became the fullest version of yourself that you could possibly be, and you will be so content with life. But now, no. Because you chose the easy option, because you had a plan B. You gotta burn the ships in your head. You gotta tell yourself, there is nothing else. This goes back to this Bansi, I think that's his name. Another story from the book Think and Grow Rich. The story of Thomas Edison, the inventor, right? The inventor that created the light bulb, electricity, okay? There was this guy on an average, nobody knows him, like he was no competent man, no trade, he didn't know nothing, no knowledge, no skill, he had nothing. Just an ordinary man, but he had a burning desire inside of him. He told himself that I want to be Thomas Edison's business associate, business partner. He told himself that. And he said, I will achieve that goal if it meant I had to spend the rest of my life to do it. He made up his mind on that single goal. Like, he had no other goal, just one that single goal. Like, tunnel vision, focused. I'm going to achieve it no matter what. Nobody's gonna freaking stop me. Nobody. And that's what he did. So Mr. Barnes went to Thomas Edison's. He didn't even have money first to begin with to travel to Thomas Edison's, go to his place, to his office. He was living in another state and trying to travel by train to Thomas Edison's place. And he didn't even have enough money to cover his expenses for the train to take him to Thomas Edison. So I don't know, he got it. He didn't, nah. So what he did was he basically went like sneakily, right? He sneaked onto an air freight train. Not a normal train, because he didn't afford it. He sneaked into an air freight train that, air freight basically has goods that ships around the whole country and stuff. So he jumped on one of those and went to meet Thomas Edison. Once he met Thomas Edison, he went there, walked up, like, hey, nice to meet you, right? Look, I've got this idea. I want to become your business associate partner. Thomas Edison looked at him. The eyes don't lie, like when you have that burning desire, you want it so bad enough. People think you're crazy, yes, of course, but you want it bad enough and you will have it. He looked at it. Thomas Edison laughed it off. I was like, come on, man, I'm an inventor. I don't need you. Oh, you're a nobody, right? So, Mr. Barnes, so once the first encounter with Thomas Edison, he said no, obviously, like, he's a stranger, like, nobody knew him, right? And he said, oh, just give me something. I'm going to do something. I want to become your partner, no matter what. This is my burning desire. If I have to work till my death, I will do it, no matter what. And then that's what happened. So, I don't know, he became, not the janitor, but he got a low-level job in his office and basically built himself from there, like a corporate ladder, right? So he started at a very low basic job, meaningless job, like, really. Because Thomas Edison was like, okay, this guy is not going to leave me alone. I might as well just give him a job so he can stop, like, harassing me or whatever. So he did that, and for 5-6 months, or like, time went on, right? Probably more. And then he invented something new, Thomas Edison, and he carried all his engineers and marketers, I think, to go out and sell this. But they didn't believe in his invention. They were like, no, this is not going to sell. What is this? No way. But Mr. Barnes, on the other hand, he had a burning desire in his mind. His whole body was just focused on that goal. He was like, no matter what, I'm going to become Thomas Edison's business associate. That's his first opportunity that he had with him to prove himself that he's worthy of becoming Thomas Edison's business associate. So he stepped up. He was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I will do it. He actually went out on the streets and actually sold the invention, made tons and tons of money. And then that's when Thomas Edison promoted him to a higher up level, like a managing or marketing like role, right? Took that and then he worked his way up. And then after a couple of years, he became what? Thomas Edison's business associate partner. The thing is, when we have a goal, when we don't achieve it in 6 months or a year or a couple of years, we just give up. You're like, oh shit, I tried, I did a good job, like I did my best, it just didn't work out. I'm wasting time now. I might as well just move on and do something else. They're thinking about giving up. What's phenomenal about Mr. Bonds becoming Thomas Edison's business associate is he made it clear. He had a definite goal, become Thomas Edison's partner, and he was gonna achieve it or die. That's it. Either I'm gonna attain it or I'm gonna die trying. It's like that. If you think like that, if you optimize your mind and thoughts on a specific goal and work on it like that, you will achieve it. Thing is, we don't want to wait couple of days, years, and we don't want to wait years and years because that's too long and it's too boring. Who wants to go through all of that? Fail so many times and be there. You gotta take initiative. If you want it bad enough, you will have it. And you gotta have patience. You gotta have patience. Be like, okay, I'm gonna have bad days. That's life. So be it. But no matter what thoughts I have, negative thoughts, positive thoughts, no matter what, I'm going to achieve my goal. Becoming rich, if that's what you want. Or if you want a car, or a luxury car, or a house. It can be anything. You will have it. Or a successful business. You will have it if you solely focus your mind on it every single day for years. Well, here's a good rule of thumb. Pick something you really, really enjoy, okay? You really desire it. You have a strong desire for it. 2, set a definite goal of what exactly you want within that thing. 3rd, give it at first 3 years. 3 years. See if you develop any progress or anything comes up. And then after those 3 years, if you're still not really successful, you still see and you look back that or you haven't made any progress or nothing happened and you actually did try, we work, and then at that point, sure. But if you really did make progress, which you will, it's like no brainer. Obviously, you're gonna work. If you work your ass off for 3 years, you're gonna see progress. If you see progress and you still haven't achieved that success or goal you wanted, give it another 2 years. Work for it until 5 years. It will happen. You just gotta give it time. Be patient, and be delusional. Yeah. So that's really what it is right now. That's what I've read so far about the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and it's fantastic. It's your mindset, really. Your mindset. You gotta program your mindset to win, And to do that, you will have challenges. You just gotta go through them and get over on the other side of the wall. I'm rooting for everyone watching, and I wish you all the best for your goals, your journey of life, your self-discovery of life. And again, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed today's video and would like to watch more videos similar to this, please do hit that subscribe button, because it will help me a lot if you're new to my channel, and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss a video when it's uploaded by me. And hit that thumbs up and comment down below what you thought and what you're going to do in order to change your conscious failure mind to a conscious success mind. Let me know down in the comments below, and the actions that you go taking in order to achieve your goals, and I'll reply back ASAP. And again, thank you all for watching, and I wish you all the best. Edris Nazari signing off. Peace.